Hello guys, my name is Clermont. Okay, so my audio issues continue. Okay, so as you guys saw in the time lapse, so I started going to my base. So the first thing that I did after I returned um, was put all my shulkers. So I show all my treasures. So I got a lot of stuff. Like I got a lot of diamond armor, iron tools, enchanted diamond tools as well. So I made like a little summary. Maybe the video won't line up with what I'm saying, but you can check everything. So I finally got the Spire armor trim and the Eye armor trim. So I got both, the one from the Stronghold and one from the End Cities. So that means that my collection is growing. I also went and did a little bit of archaeology, so I got a lot of charts. So I'm happy with the charts. I got my dogs. No, I love the new dogs. Like I love them. I want to collect them all. So I got the dogs, but I am because it seems the last two episodes my pigling died, so I'm a little worried if trading llamas will shoot at wolves. I know that wolves and llama are enemies, but I don't know if trading llamas attack dogs and tame dogs because it's a tame dog, right? So instead of leaving them in the wild, I left them inside the house. I don't know if that's needed, but I did it just in case. I also changed all the colors into colors so that I know who is who. I should have done that before so that I don't confuse them later. So the first thing that I wanted to do was enchant all my elytras, so give them unbreaking and mending because of course I need them. And what else? Oh yeah, I got creaking hearts. So in this episode you will see that I put a pale tree and I put the creaking hearts so that I can check, which I discovered that dogs attack creaking, and when you attack the creaking with a dog you still get resin, so that gives potential to a future farm. I was thinking of making like a farm, like what's the name, like a resin farm, but make it fully automatic, like I leave a dog attacking a creaking like in one place and I keep getting that automatically. So I checked in the wiki and other sources, ChatGPT. So I asked to see if dogs ever lose their aggro, because if I can keep the dog loaded all the time, then he can keep attacking forever the creaking. So I can leave that with a chunk loader and that wolf will keep attacking the creaking over and over and over forever. So I will get basically resin passively on the server. So maybe I will make a tutorial about that, about a farm that works like that. It should be very easy. And now that since you can name the creaking and so they can't despawn, maybe that can work like 24/7, like not only at night. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, I got a lot of the business as well, so I don't know if I showed it in the last video and in this one, but while I was getting to the stronghold, I started attacking, getting beehives because I wanted them. So after that I started my resource gathering, so I wanted to make like the mob farm. I usually use like a Nempo mob farm, general mob farm, because it gives me compounder, string, bones, and gives me a lot of useful stuff. I also added, well, I think I will also add a module for witches, because witches now drop a lot of redstone. So maybe that general mob farm can work. So the first thing I did was go to mine deep slate. So I went beneath my base and started mining, which I found like a big lava lake, so I had to turn it into obsidian and then use like the lava. I had to basically create like a path that could go to the deep slate, which was really annoying. It took me like 10 minutes to do. But I wanted the path of deep slate to be like right below my base, so I had to do it like that. Well, I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to do it. So I started mining a lot of deep slate and tough, because tough is a really nice building block. And I also got redstone because redstone is super useful. At this point, that's the only way I can get redstone, and I need redstone for the mob farm. Then I started crafting everything. So I got the redstone, I mined it. Then I started crafting like repeaters, comparators, observers, and what else? Oh yeah, for the dispenser I used a crafting module. So I use a crafter. I put the like the configuration of this setting. Or I think it's configuration, right? Maybe. So I put like the dispenser, and I put like a wooden pressure plate, and I stopped it to power it, so instead of doing it manually. But I now learned that you can use, like, I think it's shift or minus, I don't remember, but you can use it to, like, you put in the crafting table, so you craft one and you press that and you keep, or it's a space, I think it's space, so you keep like the recipe gets complete and over, so it's a lot faster. I didn't know that at that time. That's really huge, but I think I'll still make like a redstone factory in this world later. Then also I used rail looper. I usually use rail loopers because crafting rails is so boring, and I'll never remember all the recipes, so I will use crafters in this general platform. And what else did I do? So, oh yeah, I went to an ice biome, a cold biome, so because I like to use the ice to make the items flow faster, because I usually got a lot of overflow when I was using only hoppers, like it backed up a lot. So it's been a while since I have used like a stress system that only uses hoppers. It has to be like a very slow farm. So I use the waters like to dispense the items into water, so the items get sorted. So I think that's everything, right? Oh yeah, I started mining like a frozen river, and then I found like an ice spike biome, and I was like, So then I got a lot of packed ice as well. Not only I was going to craft the from the ice into packed ice, but I found that ice spike biome, so I used that instead. What else? I also went to the mine to get some cobwebs. I built the tree for the creaking. I love that tree. Like I have had that tree for several weeks now. And then there's always creakings like bothering me, but it's really funny. I love that creaking. So, oh, I also, if you guys saw in a video, I used a brush on an armadillo to get some scute. What else? What else happened in this episode? Well, I think that's. Oh yeah, I got a witch, so I went mining. I think I don't know why I went mining. I went. I know I at some point I go to get like with a shears I get cobwebs, because I was supposedly going to use cobwebs, but I found out that I didn't need them for the farm. So, but I always use cobwebs sometimes, so it was good that I mined. But then I went down to the caves, but I don't remember why. I just know that I went and found a witch, and I got that witch to the surface and then put it in a boat, and that witch is still alive. So from this video was done, let's see when you guys will be surprised. So, oh yeah, so this video was done in 15th of July, so like more than like half a month ago. because here is 9 of August currently. So this video I haven't edited for so long, which maybe is not a good idea. Another thing that I did that I forgot to add. So I made two things. I activated like commands. I don't remember. I had that video that was telling me that, but I think I deleted it. So I activated commands. So let's see. I think I deleted that video. So I made a small video where I explained that I was going to activate commands because I found out there is a game rule for ender pearls. So ender pearls, sometimes there is a rule that it says like ender pearls vanish upon death. So when I started this series, I expected that I didn't have to use any game rules, so I only have like fire tick turned off. So I realized that that rule existed, which is like basically if I die then the ender pearls would disappear. That's the default. So I went and used the commands to change that rule, so now ender pearls won't vanish even if I die, which is really what should be default for me. So I did that change, and I also added data packs to the world. So I don't know if it's a good idea because I wanted to make this series vanilla, but for me it is still vanilla. Like so I added like mob heads. Like I get a head from killing animals like chips or crickets or every mob. I also get heads from me, the player, which you guys saw in the video. I got a head of mine. There's other data pack. Like it's only like for decoration purposes. I also added the armor stand because I also love armor stands. Like I don't know if you guys have seen that mod, well, data pack or mod, I don't know. I think there's a mod now, but it is like it adds so much life to builds, like adding like some armor stands that move. I think that should be vanilla. Like Mojang should add like armor stands, like you can decorate your world, because that's perfect. Like I love that. So I added that. Maybe we can experiment with armor stands later, like to add more life to our world. And I think those are the only data packs. Let's see. I will check right now. Minecraft saves Clermontgard data packs. So armor status. Oh, mini blocks. Yeah, I got mini blocks. More mob heads. Player head drops. Silence mobs. So silence mobs is if in case like I have maybe a farm with a really loud mob, so I can put attack. Maybe that could be useful. And I think that's all. What else? Oh, yeah. So then I started building the farm. So the first thing that I wanted to do before I build it was to do it in like the center, like very close to my base, but far away so that it doesn't ruin the view. But now that's not my base, so I don't know why I did that. But yeah, I wanted to do it like above our rivers or above a plain terrain, because where I am currently living, the terrain is it has a lot of hills. So by making it in the river, because if you guys know, you have to AFK like 128 blocks from, well, like 128 blocks away from the killing chamber. So I usually do the killing chamber in a river or an ocean that they tend to be like at sea level, so that the mobs spawn as quickly as possible, because as you know, mobs spawn slower the lower they are. So the lower they are, they spawn faster. I think I messed up there. So I chose that river, which is very close to my base, and then I started building. So one of the things that I wanted to add to this farm was like a way to get rockets automatically. So I also make two sugar canes, like the sugar cane that I have in my current base, but the sugar cane. So I have that, but two two modules. So I get sugarcane and that crafts rockets automatically. So I use an auto crafter to craft rockets, which is in the center. If you guys see in the design, I have in the center. I made a replay mod of this. I didn't remember that, but I I made a really long speech. So I was basically talking. Maybe this will be in the video. So I started talking about replay mode because I don't like replay mode. Well, I like it and I don't like it. Like, it's a useful tool, but I think that it's not very optimized. So I started talking about that. Like, I feel that because I used to hear that replay mode was, oh, replay mode is super cool to make videos and it allows you to do a lot of cinematic, and it's true. Like, I can't deny that that is true, but I think that it's really hard. It's not intuitive at all, and it's very hard to use. And it's very badly optimized, so it uses all my RAM memory. And my computer is very bad, so it isn't that good of an app for me. Maybe I have to buy a better computer. So I basically went on a huge rant about. I feel that that happens a lot in engineering. So like I have already said, I come from electronic engineering. So I feel that engineers, especially, or technical people, they love to use apps that are very bad. Like, very, it's like the opposite of user friendly, so very user unfriendly maybe. So like Linux or other apps that I have had to use, like AutoCAD and others. Well, AutoCAD is, well, I don't know. Maybe they are not the most intuitive, but engineers love them. Like, I don't think if it's historically or because they allow you to have a lot of control, and that's true. Like, you have a lot of controlling in tools like that, like Linux, but it's so hard to learn, and it's like you have a learning process that it can be very long. And engineers love that, and I hate that. I love what Steve Jobs did with user-friendly stuff, but the problem with user-friendly stuff is that it tends to be like very badly optimized, because you get a lot of features that you don't need, because since it works for everyone, then it doesn't work for anyone. So it's good for everything, but it's bad at everything. So that basically means that, well, maybe let's say you have 100%, and maybe you use only video processing. So maybe you would like to have like 80% in video processing, and maybe you want less in other areas, but that's not what happens when you have Windows, because Windows will use memory in stuff that you will never use, and your computer will get that memory and you will never be able to use it. So then stuff that you like to use, like video games or videos, then it will be slower. So basically I went on a huge long rant about that, like how I feel like engineers sometimes are lazy or don't want to make stuff user friendly, because that's the dream, right? Like an app that you can understand and where you have a lot of control, but engineers are usually like apps that are super hard to control, and that you have a lot of control. So maybe it's not possible, what I think, but maybe it is. And people don't like it, and I feel replay mode falls on that category of, is it that easy? Because I started finding like some videos wouldn't work, and then when I went to the Discord, they would tell me like, hey, so you should go to the raw footage, so basically like 10 or 5 hours of footage, and then recover that. And I'm like, what, really? So I can't fix the problem of, so if I make a replay mode, I can't fix the copy that I made. I have to use the raw footage So basically, if I played 20 hours and I wanted to record only 5 minutes, I have to check the 10 hours of footage because those 5 minutes make my computer freeze. Like, it makes no sense. But yeah, so then, okay, so I built a general buffer. Woohoo! So that will be all. Thank you for watching. So I AFK'd for like 12 hours and died like 3 times. So I died a lot of times. Like I forgot I have my elytra or fell from, like you see I have 2 elytras here because I fell. So I had to go from my base right there to here. So I made some slight changes to the farm. So I don't know what good the changes were. I don't know what is in video. So I added this module. So this basically turns off this farm when it is full of sugarcane. Okay, when it's full of rockets, when this is full of rockets, then this will detect it. It has 2 redstone blocks. It should only have 1 redstone block, right? But I put 2, but 2 to keep the symmetry. So the redstone block says that it will only turn on when this chest is completely full, and this will lock this hopper. Okay, when it locks this hopper, then what will happen is that this will stay still, which maybe is not the best way to lock it, right? I should lock this hopper. uh, so it is more complicated to get a signal. Maybe I can detect this is locked, then lock this with a observer. So observer pointing here. It pushes a piston here, a redstone block blocking. Yeah, that's the smart way to do it because this is here to lock this so that you don't get a lot of paper in a row. I don't know if this breaks the farm. We'll have to test it later. But this isn't full yet, so it doesn't matter. Fine, okay, and when this is locked, when this is full, then this detects it, and then this piston pushes this iron block. I don't know if it's the best way. Here I just have to put like the. Oh yeah, yeah, it's a good way to do it. Or else, well, not necessarily, right? If I no, yeah, I have to do it like this. So, well, no, not really. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. The point is that this is a knot, then this turns, this is on, this is off. This is off, this is on. This is on, this is off. And I have another knot, so it basically, when this is off, it is off. Pushes this block, so this crafter won't work. So I will waste the sugarcane. I added another filter instead of this one. So I put redstone because I saw that I was collecting a fair amount of redstone. It's not so much, but it's a lot. Yeah, a good amount. Every little bit counts, so I have one in each side. I also, oh yeah, I extended the chests, as you can see. I put a road underwater because I saw that my chests were going to get full really fast. Like, look, I filled everything. Well, almost everything. Except the redstone. And, okay, the gunpowder, which is the reason that I made it. Look! I have already a lot of rockets out to craft. And I have a fair amount of gunpowder in these chests. And more gunpowder here. Oh, isn't full yet. but this is already full, and it's feeding here. So then the part that I also changed this part, the item burning, because I by mistake destroyed the lava block. So I put fire. I forgot that if we have fire tick off, the fire burns indefinitely. So I changed both sides to keep the symmetry, even though I only lost one lava bucket. So that's the efforts of our like 12 plus hours of AFK. Like slept at like 4 a.m. Then it's only until now that I have been here, so it's been a lot. So it's working perfectly. So now I have a lot of rockets and a farm to get more. Okay, let's save. Have our rocket. I also died. Did I tell that I died? I died twice. I have to keep track of how many times I'm dying, right? If you guys saw in the time lapse, I died there by a by a zombie that killed me because a creeper. I don't know what happened, but the arrow just passed through the creeper without killing it. I don't know. It was like so weird. Box. I have. So I already have a lot of bones as well. Good. Those bones are useful. And string. So I have all the string that I would need. Here we have. Let's make another redstone box. So we have rockets. These rockets are not all from this farm. Like I brought that sugarcane that I had in my farm. So, but it's still made on did dot rockets because this sugarcane is bigger than that one. Okay, let's take three, 4 stacks. Will be for my personal. Okay, perfect. Oh, I also put 200 chests here because the ender chest was here, so I had to put here and change the crafting tables. Keep the symmetry. I think right now next step would be take a second and oh yeah, I have to save Elytra box. We this Elytra is going to break. Well, not break, but it's repairing. So next is I have to find a way get a lot of stone and cobblestone. So my little hey guys, what are you looking? Hello, hello. So that will be all. I hope you guys like it. I had fun. So bye.